Why, yes, hello. My name is Fred Cho, and together with Madeline and Christian, we did our project on wireless N versus wireless AC, wireless network standard. And I'll briefly take you through our project. So this is a table of contents page. Pretty self-explanatory. It lists out all the pages with all the things that we typed up. So like introduction, test plan, about wireless N and AC, features chart, and its respected pages. And this is an introduction page, and it just talks about how the internet started and how it evolved and grew and how it came so far till like modern day, when now we can find wireless access points and wireless networking pretty much everywhere. This is our test plan and evaluation criteria, and I'll start out with the test plan. It was pretty simple. What we did was we used two laptops, my laptop and Christian's laptop, and Christian's cell phone, the Samsung Galaxy S4, because it is wireless AC enabled. And using those three devices, we obtained two 802.11 AC routers, the Asus RT-AC66U and the Netgear R6300, and tested the speeds that those routers could provide for our devices. And just a side note, our laptops are not AC compatible, so we use the Netgear A6200 AC dongle, plugged it into the USB, and that's how we got the AC speeds. And evaluation criteria, so this is what we based our scores and percentages on. So 40% was on speed, 20% was on cost, 20% was on device compatibility, 10% on latency, and 10% on future-proof. So just a little bit about wireless N and wireless AC, starting with wireless N. So N is probably the most widely used wireless standard right now for all wireless access points and wireless routers. It provides up to speeds of 450 megabits per second, and it's the first standard to introduce dual band on both frequencies, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, and first to use MIMO, multi-input, multi-output. And this new AC standard obviously has a higher throughput, max speeds of up to 1.3 gigabits per second. That is faster than gigabit Ethernet speeds. Pretty crazy. It's very, very fast, and AC also supports double the amount of multi-user MIMO, up to 8, but it is not dual band. AC only operates on the 5 gigahertz frequency, yet it is still backwards compatible with A, B, G, and N. And like I said before, AC is still very new, but people are starting to use it more, so we'll probably see that probably in a year or two. So this is a features chart. So we took the two AC routers and we broke down some things that we wanted to show were pretty interesting or beneficial features for anyone who might be interested in buying and using these routers. Since they are both 802.11 AC and backwards compatible routers, across the board they were pretty similar. Like possible max speeds for both of them were 1.75 gigabits per second. Wi-Fi bands, they both use 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. They both had beamforming. They both had 5 Ethernet ports, 1 WAN, WAN, and 4 LAN. And those 4 LAN ports on each routers were all gigabit Ethernet ports. But the Netgear router had 1 USB 2.0 and 1 USB 3.0, while as Asus had 2 USB 2.0 ports. And both had the same coverage range of about 450 feet radius. They both use the same wireless security type, the usual WEP, WPA, WPA2, WPA Enterprise, and they both had the same flash storage and RAM amount, Dimension-wise, they're both about the same. The Asus one is slightly smaller, but it does have 3 antennas sticking out of it. The Netgear is just the box. There are no antennas or little bumps that stick out of it. And these are the features description. And this just outlines and describes each of the feature category we put in the previous chart, this one. So, test results. For all 3 devices using speedtest.net, the Netgear R6300 and Asus RT-AC66U performed pretty well. They both did equally well. Very, very fast speeds, much faster than the wireless N standard. But in the end, the Asus one edged out the Netgear router. And you could see that in our multiple test graph chart here. Like I said, both routers performed very well and very equally, but the Asus one did slightly better. So finally, we decided to create a report card for the wireless standards, and we decided that wireless N is still very good. It is, like I said, right today, very widely used, still very capable, while wireless AC is just so much better in every way, and IEEE really did improve on top of N in a lot of ways with the new standard 802.11 AC. And this is the appendix, just breaks down what each of us did, and the annotated bibliography saying, listing the websites we used and for description for each website and what kind of information we got out of each website. So thank you for sticking with me through this, and I hope you learned something about wireless AC and wireless N, and talk to you later. Thank you.